Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be discussing ways to decrease stress and anxiety. So my number one way to decrease stress and anxiety is to find time for yourself. This can be by finding a really great book to watch, a really great book to read, a glass of wine, a bubble bath. You want to find ways that are going to find things in your life that are going to help you to kind of decompress, to get your mind off what's stressing you out, what's giving you anxiety. And you want to do these things often as possible to help relieve you of any stress that you might be having. These are going to be things, anything in your life that's going to basically renew your energy and increase the time and effort you give to loved ones and those around you and other, work tasks and whatever things that require energy and time. My next tip, which is number 2, is going to be to channel your energy into one thing at a time. So for me, this means that if you have too many things going on, chances are you're not going to be able to give 100% to too many things. You can only give 100% to maybe 1 or 2 things, most likely one thing at a time. And I find that if I have too many tasks on my plate, I get so overwhelmed that I can't do any of them, and that yields basically no productivity from my end. So I know that I need to focus my mind and my energy on one thing at a time so that I can be the most productive as possible. I also try to make it a habit to write things down, create a to-do list, whether it's in my planner or on a notepad. I try to make sure that I'm just checking things off as I go, and it helps me it kind of inspires me to keep continuing to get things done. Keeping a to-do list can be for you writing things down, or you can also, write things down in your phone in order to, whatever works best for you. You definitely want to find things that are going to work well for your lifestyle. Another thing that I find helps me is meditation and or prayer, particularly prayer for me in my lifestyle. I find that when I take time out of my day, even if it's just for 10 minutes, to just pray and kind of disconnect from all the things going on around me, I feel more at peace and I feel like I'm ready to tackle the day. So what I do typically is I sit in my car before work, or I take a couple minutes right before I get out of bed, and I just center my mind on God and try to focus on just being thankful for the day that I have, being thankful for being woken up, being thankful for all the things I have going on in my life, and trying to basically negate and kind of like disconnect from the negative, disconnect from the things that are worrying me or stressing me out. Even if I take just 10 minutes to do this, it helps tremendously. I would also recommend disconnecting from social media more often than not. I find that I particularly become too consumed, and I think everybody's kind of too consumed by their devices and too consumed by social media, and it's very easy to kind of subconsciously compare yourself to other people's lives, what's going on with so and so over here. It's very easy to kind of like get too consumed with our devices. So for me, I like to find activities that have nothing to do with my cell phone, have nothing to do with my computer, which is reading. I like to do embroidery. I like to walk and exercise. I like to just hang out with my loved ones. Anything that involves me not looking at my phone or being completely consumed by my device. And another thing that kind of falls in line with that is taking a social media hiatus. I know a lot of us are tied to social media primarily because we have businesses or we have things that we use social media as a platform to get some type of a message out there, but sometimes it's necessary to completely disconnect from social media altogether, just for a couple of days or maybe a week if you can, in order to just get our bearings and to just decompress and release the stress that is bothering us. Another option for stress relief and anxiety relief is saying no to things. Our lives are so bogged down with tasks and to-do lists and things that we have to get done, and sometimes it's necessary to just say no. Don't feel guilty about it. Just realize that your time is precious, and if something is meant for you to do, it'll come back around again. yet another necessary thing to release stress and anxiety is to clean up your space, tidy up the environment in which you stay. I can't tell you guys how necessary this has been for me during my wedding planning process, during finals and for school. If I don't have a clean space, I can't study, I can't do anything productive. I really can't. So for me, I have to actually clean up before I actually sit down to do what I need to do. Another tip is to listen to your favorite music. Whatever fits your mood, whatever is going to get you going, whatever is going to calm you down. Whatever mood you're in, listen to music for that mood. For me, I like to dance around my apartment, so sometimes I'll turn on some crazy jams, you know, some Jodeci or some, it depends on my mood, some Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, and I'll just dance around my apartment, and that helps me to decrease stress, and it also kind of gets my heart rate going, and so it's kind of like exercise, and I find that I'm in a better mood after it than I was before. Another thing that works for me is exercise. I can't tell you guys how important this is. Exercise and really good food that's healthy for your body. Get outside, go for a walk. It lifts your mood, it lifts your energy. It just helps you to get essential vitamin D when you're outside in fresh air, just enjoying life and nature around you. I know this sounds really tree huggery or really cliche, but exercise really does help with your anxiety and your stress, and it can really decrease those things if you incorporate it into your life. Last but not least is going to be spending time with loved ones. Spending time with the people who love you the absolute most in this world does wonders for your mood, does wonders for your stress and your anxiety. These people are probably the people who you can talk to. These are the people who are going to lift your spirits and who are going to make you feel like everything's going to be just fine, and may even have some tips or pointers on how to deal with the situations that are stressing you out or giving you anxiety. So definitely try to spend as much time as possible with loved ones so that your anxiety and your stress can decrease. These are surefire ways that I have used to decrease my stress and my anxiety in my life, because believe it or not, I have a lot of it. And I definitely utilize these ways in order to relieve myself. With that, I'm going to say don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to come back again for my next video. Bye guys.